I like Uncle Grandpa. I thought I'd just rip that band-aid off right from the start. Hey guys, Pieguyrulz here, and I'm running out of ways to surprise you people with my opinions, so there you go. I like Uncle Grandpa. I personally think it is a really awesome show, and I found myself watching quite a few episodes way past the limit that I usually watch for a review. Now I know what you're thinking. But Pie if you look at the commercials, this show looks really stupid. And yes, you're right. The promos for this show are awful. They make it look like it's just about an idiot doing random things, and it's kind of about that, but it's about a lot more than that. Uncle Grandpa says more than just, "Good morning." It's not just about some senile old man. There's more to the show than that, so much more. The best thing I could say about the show is that it feels like a cartoon. It's upbeat, it's vibrant, it's crazy, it's weird, it's random, it's fun. There's something about this show that I really do appreciate. There's an energy to it, there's an optimism to it. And it's not that everything's all happy-go-lucky all the time. There are dark jokes, there's innuendos, there's all sorts of really disturbing stuff that goes on in this show. I mean, there's all sorts of one-off gags that imply things like Uncle Grandpa was in prison at some point. And also, if you think about the whole Uncle Grandpa thing, how he's everybody's uncle and grandpa, you don't want to think about that too hard. I don't think you should take that literally. Basically, the plot of the show is that he's just kind of like this magical superhero to all kids, and he goes around helping kids with whatever problems they might have in life. But actually, as the show went on, it became less and less about the kids and more just random adventures Uncle Grandpa went on. And yeah, there are still episodes about kids, but it seemed to be that the first part of the season had a lot more kid-focused episodes, and the middle part of the season that we're in right now has a lot more just random stuff happening. And personally, I like the random stuff happening, although the kid plots are just fine. And when I say random things happen, I don't mean like the show's giving you sensory overload and just tries to throw everything out there at once. No, the show does follow an internal logic, and it does follow basic storytelling structure. Most of the time, whatever zany thing started the plot ends up being the zany thing that solves the plot, no matter how silly it is. Yeah, it doesn't make any real-world sense, but it makes perfect cartoon logic and perfect storytelling logic. Take one episode where Uncle Grandpa wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and his friends have to help him wake up on the right side of the bed. They feed him ice cream to make him go to sleep because of a sugar rush, sugar crash, or something like that. Why did Uncle Grandpa get in this situation in the first place? Well, because his slice of pizza friend drove his bed car to go and get ice cream and forgot to park it in the right spot, so Uncle Grandpa took the wrong step when he woke up. See, it's weird, it's random, it doesn't actually make any real-world sense, but it's perfect cartoon logic and perfect storytelling.
Let's talk about the characters.
You have a talking, walking piece of pizza that wears sunglasses called Pizza Steve, and apparently he's the coolest guy around, or at least he thinks so. There's Giant Realistic Flying Tiger, who is exactly what she sounds like, and yes, is explicitly a she. It is a photoshopped tiger that flies around and farts rainbows as she does so, and is Uncle Grandpa's main mode of transport, despite the fact that they live in an RV. Belly Bag is Uncle Grandpa's fanny pack. Yeah, it can talk sometimes, and it also serves as some sort of infinite portal to whatever device Uncle Grandpa needs that day. Then there's Mr. Gus, who's Uncle Grandpa's bodyguard. He's a dinosaur, kinda looks like Reptar, and tends to be the stern one of the group. He's not really a buzzkill, but he's less to go along with all the weird stuff going around outside him, so he tends to come off as a little bit of a grump, though nowhere near Squidward levels. Then, of course, there's the titular Uncle Grandpa. If I want to know if anyone likes this show, all I have to do is ask one question. Do you like Uncle Grandpa? Well, I mean, I guess that's obvious because I'd be asking them if they like the name of the show, but you know what I mean. All I have to do is ask if you like this character. See, you either find him obnoxious and stupid and annoying and all that, or you find him optimistic and fun and crazy and weird and a great character. And seeing as he is the protagonist and the one you follow most closely, and seeing as the world pretty much revolves around him, or he has the ability to warp the world in some sort of way, you will know right away whether or not you like this show. But again, don't judge it by the commercials because the commercials are garbage. Watch an episode or two, judge it based on that. Like I said, you'll know right away whether or not this is the kind of show for you. The show actually reminds me of SpongeBob, like good SpongeBob. Seriously, the amount of jokes that they cram into an episode, be they wordplay, visual humor, double entendre, hidden dark jokes, like there's a lot of different jokes coming from a lot of different places, and it's pure cartoony to the max. It's very Looney Tunes-esque as well. Like, seriously, this show harkens back to a day before cartoons had to be super serious and super by the books. So, you'll promise you'll at least give it a shot for old Pie Guy? Great, because there's a few things I should probably mention. See, the show shares a creator with Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. Yeah, the original pilot for Uncle Grandpa actually ended up being spun off into Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. But don't worry, guys, this show is absolutely nothing like that. When it does use that super surreal animation style and that gross-out humor and all that sort of stuff, it uses it in moderation like good SpongeBob. And speaking of SpongeBob, the other biggest creative person behind this show is Casey Alexander, a writer for season 4 and onwards of SpongeBob SquarePants. So what caliber of a writer is he? Well, he wrote Atlantis SquarePantis. So, yeah. But he's great in this series. Seriously, don't let these things stop you from watching the show. I just needed to point these things out because it is actually kind of a miracle that Uncle Grandpa is actually a good show. But it is. It's a solid show. I didn't see a single episode that made me want to turn off the TV and stop watching. I really like the show, and I really think a lot of you will too. If you don't, if you find his character to be really obnoxious, I understand that point of view, but please at least give it an honest shot. It deserves that. So I'll be continuing to watch this show in the future, and should anything interesting happen with it, I'll probably comment on it. Pieguyrulz, out.